You begin with nothing, not the romantic kind of nothing, the kind where the electricity bill sits unopened on the table because you already know what's inside. Your monthly salary is 180,000 naira. Rent takes 70,000 naira. Food takes another 50,000 naira. Transport, data, family emergencies. By the end of the month, your bank account is almost exactly where it started. Empty. You don't hate money. You simply never have enough of it. And when you look behind you, there is no family property waiting for you. No trust fund, no apartment, no business handed down through generations. Just your name. And the quiet responsibility of making it mean something. So you begin with the only thing you can control. Your spending. You stop buying things to prove that you're doing well. The new phone can wait. The expensive clothes can wait. You build an emergency fund instead. 100,000 naira. Then 300,000 naira. Eventually, 6 months of living expenses sit quietly in an account. For the first time, a broken phone doesn't feel like a financial disaster. Then something changes. You discover that saving money is only the first layer of the game, because money sitting still protects you, but money invested can multiply. You start putting 50,000 naira every month into diversified investments, not because you're trying to get rich next month, because you're finally thinking in decades. At an average annual return of 10%, 50,000 naira invested every month for 20 years could grow to roughly 38 million naira. The number feels almost unreal, but the mathematics doesn't care how impossible it feels. Compound interest doesn't reward intelligence, it rewards time. So, you give it time. Your salary eventually rises from 180,000 naira to 350,000 naira, then 600,000 naira. Your investments grow quietly in the background. 2 million naira becomes 5 million naira. 5 million naira becomes 10 million naira. And slowly, something deeper happens. You stop measuring your life by your paycheck. You begin measuring it by ownership. You buy assets, a small piece of a company, a diversified investment portfolio, eventually, perhaps, a modest property that produces rental income. Your money begins creating more money. And now you understand something your younger self couldn't have understood. Wealth isn't the ability to buy everything. It's the ability to stop needing your labor for everything. Years pass. The apartment changes, the car changes. Your children grow up watching something you never saw growing up. A family balance sheet, assets, investments, insurance, property, cash reserves, and conversations about money that aren't whispered in fear. You don't give them a life without problems. You give them a life where one problem doesn't have the power to destroy everything. That's the difference. You didn't inherit wealth. You inherited the absence of it. So you built the first layer, then another, until one day your child stands where you once stood. But the ground beneath their feet is different. They don't have to start from zero. They can start from what you built. And perhaps that is what generational wealth really means. Not luxury, not showing the world that you made it, but quietly changing the starting line for someone who hasn't even been born yet. You spent your life building something your children may never fully understand, because they will never know what it felt like to begin with nothing. And that is the strange price of building a legacy. Your greatest financial achievement may be invisible. It may simply look like a child who never has to escape the life you spent decades trying to escape. And maybe that's the point. You were never building wealth just for yourself. You were building distance between your family and the place where your story began.